Hey, good morning, friends. How are you? If you're new to my channel, and there's been quite a few of you lately because we're almost at 4,000, thank you very much for subscribing. Hopefully you'll find that something resonates with you, something's meaningful, and you can do a thumbs up or a share. I always appreciate that. Hang on, I got a Wilbert in. So we're getting ready to take off, but one of the things that I wanted to show you that we're going to talk about, and Wilbert has no idea that we're going to do this, so he's going to find out for the first time. But I bought notebooks, and they're named Captain's Log, and essentially it's, so for this is Wilbert's log of what he's been doing while he's on the truck, and essentially I write in all of the things that are relevant to driving the truck, to doing the job, and then I have a chart here on the things that he had to do on each day. And this is important because I did tell Wilbert that this will stay on the truck, and this is for future students to look back and go, oh, look what he or she was doing on her first day, or look what they were doing. So my trainer is not asking me to do anything that her previous students haven't done, or she's staying consistent because even though I'm her 20th student, you know, she's been doing it all along with all of her other students, right? So consistency is important to training. So what I want to do is, because today is Friday, happy Friday, I wanted to introduce this, but then on Fridays, come to you and sort of talk about what we accomplished during the week, and then Saturday, this is where you're involved, Wilbert, we're going to do a live feed, and that way you can specifically do a Q&A with Wilbert and I. So maybe it was something that we talked about in the Captain's Log from Friday. Maybe it's something that you just want to talk about in general. Maybe you have specific questions for Wilbert. But we will go live on Saturdays, and I don't know what time yet, but we're gonna make that happen. So let's just do a Friday. I'm gonna turn the camera. Wilbert?
Yes.
Okay, you may have to lean in a little bit. Okay, so we call them our friends. Say, hey, friends.
Hey, friend.
He's a good student. He listens. So we're officially at the start of day 4, right? So day 3, you haven't even seen what you've done. But where have we practiced your backing?
At the docks.
What, at the docks where? Like at the customers, right?
Customers, yeah.
So,
exactly.
So our goal was to get Wilbert backing in right away at every customer we could, because taking him to an empty parking lot at the truck stop is great, but it's not what he's going to be doing day in and day out at the customer. So how do you think you've done on your backing?
I think I've done pretty good.
Yeah, I think you've done really well.
I've done pretty good, thanks to you for your expert advice, and I'm just trying to listen to you and follow your instructions so I get it perfect. Yeah,
I think one of the things that, let me kind of get in here, that Wilbert and I figured out was really beneficial to us is that I phone him, and then we have our headsets on, so it doesn't matter where I am in the truck or where I am outside the truck, he can always hear me. Because I'm circulating to make sure he's not going to hit anything, or if I want him to jump out and take a look at where the truck and trailer are at, he can do that. I don't have to come running up to the driver's side door again. Yeah. And you had said, and no offense to his PSD trainer, that he wished his PSD trainer would have done this, because there was a lot of like yelling over the engine.
Those are creative.
Right, and we don't want to be yelling over the engine and letting everybody in on our business, because then it sounds like I'm yelling at him, but really I'm just trying to communicate to him. So we are using the headsets.
Yeah, and just one thing. There's some people who might think that, oh, I just have the headset on and I'm driving with my headset. I don't drive with my headset. I just use the headset just for communication and
for training,
especially for training.
Yeah.
That's why I have it on. Just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah. So you know, for Prime, they don't allow during training the use of phones while you're driving down the road. So we are keeping compliant with that. Yeah. So let's see what else. So we've done. I mean, there's just a lot of different things. We talked about him hooking up to a trailer.
Yeah.
He's been driving. He's had some difficult drives, you guys. Like PA to New York, New York to New Jersey.
Yeah.
He hates New Jersey just as much as I do now, and that's because we had a wrong turn. And yeah, we'll talk about that maybe future. But no harm, no foul. We didn't need an escort. We didn't come into a low clearance bridge. Yeah. Nothing like that. But it's just New Jersey. And then we had some horrible strong winds coming across Illinois and Indiana, and he kept it under control. And I said, you don't have to go the speed limit. You go to what you feel is comfortable, because if you think you're going to keep up with the Joneses, that's the wrong thing to do, even in the truck. So, when I say that, let the bull haulers go 80, 85. I mean, you can't do it in prime anyway, but you are not capable of going 80, 85 in a truck, skill-wise or otherwise. So, let's see. We talked about drain holes in the reefer trailer. We've touched on a lot of things. He's done live load calls. He's checked into the customer.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. For 1 week, I've learned a lot of stuff.
Yeah. We went through our hand signals that we're gonna use. So we'll do a hand signals video. If you don't know what your hand signals are from your trainer, you need to ask. You need to know what this means or this means. Yeah. Don't find out when it's too late, right? Especially if you are not communicating just over your headset and truly are, using hand signals. So let's see, what else? Oh, and we had a bad tire, so he had to take pics of the tire, communicate with Road Assist. We went and got it replaced. I mean, just a lot of really good things. He's parked at the truck stop. Drove to Blue Beacon and got introduced to the massive boulders that they have.
Oh, yes.
We didn't hit anything, but, they welcome you when you drive around and always go wide. So all in all, how do you think your first week has gone for you personally? And then I'll have you give me constructive criticism, because we're transparent here, people. This isn't staged. So for you, how do you think things are going? And this, again, you're only on day 4. Right? So keep that in mind. He's got high expectations, and I keep telling him, like, hey, what do you think?
Well, I think for 4 days, I feel like I've learned probably what most people learn in a year. So I think I've learned a lot, and the thing I like about my trainer is that...
No. Keep with you first.
Oh.
Yeah, your positives. Because I'm going to give him some positives.
I've learned a lot. I've done a lot, and throughout for this 4 days, like I feel like I'm getting there, because sorry, I have to kind of say.
Okay.
So, because my trainer, she find a very effective way and very clear way of training me, and most of the stuff, when she showed me, she have me do them. So he's going pretty good, and I'm really getting the hands of it, and I'm really loving it.
Good. So some of the positives about Wilbert is he really takes the time to listen first. He's not so quick to jump in. You know how that is when you're talking to somebody and they're already thinking in their mind what the response is going to be versus just listening first. So he does a very good job at that. He asks good questions, the right questions, and he recalls and retains the information. Now, I've said this before in previous videos that someone needs to hear something 7 times before they start remembering it. So you're going to say to yourself in your head, I just told him that yesterday. But remember, it has to be repetitive. You have to tell him 7 times. Yes. And when I say things like, okay, you're going to snake forward, literally, if there was a camera on me, I am either running, dodging in front of the truck, or I'm doing this in front of the truck, because he knows what that means from our hand signals. Yeah. But it's that constant repetitive, using the same language, and he's getting it. He's doing really, really well. I'm impressed. So it's been good. So we, of course, his goal out here is to learn how to do the job and be completely independent. My goal out here is to help him get to that point. So, you know, I told him, you know, you're still learning out here every day. I'm still learning out here every day. And what I learn, I'm going to continue to teach him on the fly as well. And I'm not perfect either. So, because I'm not perfect, well, let's see what he has for constructive criticism for me. And then I may have some constructive criticism for him. So go ahead. So things you'd like me to do better or do different or wish I would have done, things I should think about when training someone. See, I told you he wasn't prepared for this, but this is good.
Well, to be honest, I don't have much constructive criticism because I honestly believe that, you know, you find a very, sorry, my words might be a little bit shaky, but I don't know if I say methodical
yeah.
way of making sure that you communicate stuff so I really understand easily and, you know, on the fly. So honestly, to say, I think for me it's more like I would say more like positive criticism there, to be honest, because especially when you've been around other people who really, you know, I don't want to say they don't have no idea what they're doing, but you know, their way of doing things is much different and less effective. And I think my trainer find a way to really make sure that I learned. So I think I just have positive criticism. I don't have any.
Well, I'm sure that will change as the weeks go on. But thank you. So to his point, you know, I'm not just telling him to do something for the sake of him doing it. I'm explaining to him, like, okay, so this is why we're going to do this, right? Like when he takes the right-hand turns, watch his back axle. You know, people want to turn too early, like they're in cars, and we'll go and we'll be driving straight. I'm like, not yet, not yet, not yet. And then he's looking out that mirror. He's watching his back tandems, making sure that he's going to, you know, go around the curb and not up over the curb. So, you know, just, you know, like I say this every day, stay wide, watch your tandems, watch your tires, making sure that you're clearing things. So it's not much of criticism, it's just continued training that I have for him. So, yeah, so what's up next? We don't talk about our customer that we're, you know, on here, but where are we heading?
California.
We are going to Cali.
First time heading to Cali. You know, I must make this known that in space of like one day, I think I've been to 3 states.
No, you've been to more than that.
Oh, like, yeah. It's in one day, I think I've been to 3 or 4 states, and that's amazing. I've never been to some of these states, and it's fun. It's really fun out here.
Yeah.
Like, we're traveling.
We are traveling. So, we're picking up in Indianapolis, and we're heading to Oakland, California. So we will, this is a fast-paced trip, and you're probably wondering, like, where are the videos of him backing, and where are the videos of him doing this? This first week, I'm letting him get, you know, his feet up under him, right? I do not want to put the pressure of him being on YouTube, and not thinking about his own process and what he needs to get done. So we're giving him this week to sort of figure things out. And then next week we're going to start doing some videos, some maneuvering, those sorts of things. So, and then a lot of it, frankly, like if we do things about moving tandems, because I will have, you know, talked to Wilbert about it, I'm going to have him actually do the video, because that's going to reinforce what he's learning if he then can turn around and talk to somebody else about it. So it's not just spewing out information. He really is taking the details and applying it to the job and then telling somebody else about it. And that's exactly how you learn. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to check in tomorrow. We're going to do a live feed. I'm not sure what time, but hop on if you can, because live feeds tend to get long, so I don't know that it will be posted afterwards on YouTube, so I can't promise that. And this isn't like one of those, whatever you call them, trying to get more viewers on. It's really about, it takes forever over Wi-Fi to load up a long video. So that may be one of the reasons we don't do it, depending on how long it gets. Yeah. So, but join us, come with your questions. If you have new questions for Wilbert, like how hard was it to get into Prime? What did you do about this? Or what was training like? He went to Pittston for his training, so out of Philadelphia. We are open to questions. I'm sorry, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia is in Pennsylvania, so. But that's it for now. We got to get rolling here. We said we were going to take off at 11. We have a little bit of play, but it's a couple minutes after 11, and time is of the essence. We got to make some money, right?
Peace out, friends.
Peace out, friends.
Peace out.
I love it. All right, be safe, everyone. Bye-bye.